Hi kiddos, I'm going to be doing another listen and draw activity with you today. This is number 4, if you've been doing them along with me. So you're going to need the paper that is down below in the description here. To do it with me, you're going to want a pencil and something to color with, whether it's crayons, colored pencils, or markers, something like that. So this is the paper we're working on today that you will want printed in front of you. And we're going to go ahead and start by writing our name with our pencil. So we're going to use our very best neat handwriting, thinking about each letter, tall or short, taking our time, and when we're all done, we will get started. So at any point in this video, like with your name or something, if you're not done, just pause the video, and then when you're ready to start back up with me, you go ahead and unpause it, okay? So let's get started here. Number 1. I got a chance to go scuba diving. My wetsuit was black, but my flippers and mask were blue. So a wetsuit is like a swimsuit. It's a one-piece swimsuit that you wear, and it's long sleeve usually. It's long all the way down to your legs like pants, and people wear it so that they stay warmer in the water. So surfers will often wear them. People who do scuba diving are going to wear a wetsuit. So you might have seen them before. So that's going to be what he's wearing on his body for his clothing, okay? So let's read that one more time now that we know what the wetsuit is. And then the mask goes on our face, and then the flippers go on his feet. Okay, so let's see here. I got a chance to go scuba diving. My wetsuit was black, but my flippers and mask were blue. So let's color those in. So what color is his wetsuit? Black. And his flippers and his mask are blue. Taking our time to color nice and neatly. Anytime that I'm moving a little too fast for you, you can just press the pause button, okay? I don't know if I've ever seen blue flippers. The ones I always see are yellow. All right, I'm gonna move on. If you're not ready, press the pause button and we'll move on together. At the very bottom of the ocean, I saw 2 brown rocks. Let me read that again. At the very bottom of the ocean, I saw 2 brown rocks. Let's add that detail in. Doesn't really tell us their size, so it seems like we get to choose. All right, go ahead and pause me if you're not ready. We're going to go to 3. Next to the brown rocks, there was seaweed floating up from them. Okay, let's read that again. Next to the brown rocks, there was seaweed floating up from them. It's not in it, it's not on it, it's next to them. And seaweed is usually a green color, so we're going to draw some green seaweed next to the brown rocks, okay? Floating up. And these are great opportunities. If you've never seen seaweed, or maybe you just don't remember what it looks like, but when you see it again, you'll be like, oh, I've seen that. You and your family could look it up together. So if you ask your mom or dad or somebody, they can show you what real seaweed looks like, or what a scuba diver looks like, or a wetsuit, or different things like that. You could see real pictures, but you got to ask your family first. But those would be really cool things for you to see. All right, I'm going to move on. Hopefully you're ready. If not, press the pause button. Under my belly, I saw an orange starfish. So let's read that again. Under my belly, I saw an orange starfish. So what shape do you think a starfish would be? A star, right? Stars can be tricky. They're made up of 5 different triangles, right? So we go out, 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 and then we go to the bottom. So you're going to do your best job. Stars are hard for me, so I'm going to just do my best job, and we'll see how it looks. And it's A-okay if it doesn't look like a perfect star. We're still learning how to do stars. So let me just read that again since I talked a little bit. Under my belly, I saw an orange starfish. Sometimes I turn my paper. Take all the time you need on your starfish and press pause if you're not ready. I'm going to move on. I looked forward and saw a large blue stingray swimming away from me. Let's read that again. I looked forward and saw a large blue stingray swimming away from me. So we're going to do our large blue stingray floating away or swimming away from him. All right, let's move on here. All of a sudden, out came a pink jellyfish floating up towards me. Let's read that again. All of a sudden, out came a pink jellyfish floating up towards me. So we've got to color our pink jellyfish. Now, if you remember Finding Nemo, these are what Dory and Marlin were trying to get away from. They were trying to swim through it, and then he said, don't touch the tentacles, only the tops, because the tentacles will sting them. And that's what happens to Dory, right? She tries to go too fast, and those tentacles of that jellyfish, which were pink, right, stung her. So that's what those were, the jellyfish. All right, if you're not ready, go ahead and pause me. Last step here. As I watched the jellyfish, I saw a small purple fish swim above me. Let me do that again. As I watched the jellyfish, I saw a small purple fish swim above me. So we have to add this fish above him. So I'm trying to think how I'm going to draw my fish. It's got a circle body, and then his tail's kind of triangular. So if you wanted, you could do either like a circle or an oval for the head and the body, and then the tail you could do as a triangle. That's kind of what I'm going to try and do. We just want to make sure it's a circle. We just want to make sure it's purple, and we just want to make sure it's above him. All right, so those are all of the steps from the paper. So just like always, I'm going to show you what I have, and then we'll talk about what would be something you might want to add, and then our sentence. So here's what I have. Black scuba suit, mask, and flippers that are blue. Then we did the 2 brown rocks on the ocean bottom. So we want to make sure they're on the bottom. They're not floating, right? They're rocks. They would sink all the way, these big rocks. And we want to put them on the bottom. Then next to the rocks were seaweed, which are green. They're kind of squiggly looking. I did my blue stingray, my orange starfish, my pink jellyfish, and then this purple fish above. So that's what I was talking about. I tried to do a oval, a triangle for a tail, and then a little fin on top, and of course his face. So looking at this, what are we missing? Well, I never colored his tank. This is his air tank. I never colored his hair or his hands, so I would want to pick a skin color. His eyes would be the same skin color under the mask. They're clear, right? Just like glasses, the mask would be. So we would still see his eyes. So his skin. We're going to use a skin color for that. What is all this? This is water. Where they all are? They're in the water, in the ocean most likely. So we would definitely want to color in the water using a blue. So I have a couple different blue options here. You might want to pick one. Different shades of blue. And other things that you could add are different sea creatures if you like sharks or dolphins or more fish or different things you could definitely add to. And then up here would be the sky. So you could do it at nighttime, you could do it at daytime, you could do it at sunset. So maybe it's different bright colors, maybe it's a different blue to show it's water versus the sky. So you get to kind of make some choices there. Just like always, I'm going to go back and finish up because we followed the directions, but now we need to complete the picture. And then we're going to write our sentence, our 5-star sentence. So you might talk about, the fish is above me, the purple fish is above me, or I'm trying to swim towards the blue stingray, or why is he scuba diving? What is he doing? Where is he? Maybe you could talk about what the jellyfish is thinking. So there's different things you could definitely talk about. You could make up a story and tell us about it, but that's where you're going to go ahead and write your sentence here. And as always, if you are thinking of more things to say, we would love to have you either write on the back or to write on foundations paper. And we would love for you to share this with us. So when you're done, you could definitely put this on Flipgrid for your teacher to see, and then, or you could set a picture on the email. Either one would be fantastic. We'd love to see your work. Just make sure you're writing a 5-star sentence like we always talk about, starting with an uppercase letter, using finger space. We sound out words that we don't know how to spell. So if you don't know how to spell stingray, we're going to sound it out. Write one sound for each, or write one letter for each sound we hear. So sting, s, t, I, N, G. We're going to sound that out. And then sight words. If we see a sight word like the word and or the is something we want to write, we might look at our sight word list at home and say, okay, and A and D, because those sight words we do know how to spell. And then, of course, our ending of our sentence. We need an appropriate ending mark, an ending mark. So if it's a question, we're going to use a question mark. If it's something we're excited about, we're going to use an exclamation point. And if it's just something normal, we use a period. So we want to make sure we are writing a 5-star sentence in our very best handwriting, and we would love to see your completed product. So hopefully you can post that to Flipgrid for your teacher. I have another listen and draw for next week, our last week of school, and it's going to be a little summer themed, so I'm excited, and hopefully you'll be able to come back and do that with me. Bye!